All right, so if you looked at my last video, how much will Amazon fall? I mentioned in that video about the social media stocks, Facebook and Twitter. All right, if you want to throw Google in there, fine. We'll talk about that one too. But Facebook and Twitter, their relative strength was absolutely insane. So if you want to look at that Amazon video, check it out. Link is right up above. All right, so let's talk about Facebook. Let's talk about the relative strength. So if you listen to the news, you're hearing all of these ads being pulled from Facebook by all of these mega companies. Disney was actually the last one. So we have to see how Facebook will respond over the next few days. I think it doesn't matter because over 1,000 companies have already left Facebook for the month, they say, and the stock is still pushing all-time highs. So let's say this is the range. This is the daily chart. I'm going to go to the 4-hour chart because it's one of my most favorite charts. I love the 4-hour chart. So you can see the channel it's been trading in. You know all the negativity. You can look at that right here, and you can see how it was immediately rejected. Right? It went below the channel and right back up, pushing against all-time highs, even though the market has not been favorable to tech stocks over the last week. So this thing is pushing against its all-time high of 250. And what is it waiting for? Well, I think it's waiting for earnings, which is right there. Now, things have changed with Facebook. Facebook Shops. Facebook Shops is a game changer. A new revenue stream for this gigantic company. And the market is basically telling you, don't count me out yet. Okay, so let's look at Twitter. Okay, so Twitter is basically the same kind of chart, but a little different. So I'm going to draw a couple of trend lines because I think there's a couple of ways you can look at it. Kind of like Facebook, if we draw that main trend, it's not the straightest channel right there. You can see it's up and down and came down for the same ad thing, bounced back up, beautiful big body candle, kind of a bull flag right in here, right in itself, right? A flag within a channel and just waiting to explode to go to new highs. Now, there's another way you can look at this. So let me clear all of this out and we can draw a chart like this. And this is what I want to call, let's call it like that, a megaphone pattern. Now, megaphone patterns generally trade and it's kind of bearish, but in this term, it's kind of bullish because we didn't reach the top of the channel yet, which will be about 42. So if you look over here, here's a classic picture of a megaphone pattern. You can see how it reaches the top of the channel, and generally once it hits there, then we'll see lower prices. All right, but as you see with this one, it still has to go from down here to up here, and then that is my target. So now let's pull back a little bit from from Twitter, excuse me, because there's a couple of things I want to look at. And let's go to the monthly. All right, the monthly is a beautiful chart. Look at this beautiful cup and then a handle. Now the handle's a little deformed right here. I thought we was going to break out, but we failed. But guess what? We're getting ready to push right up against that same level. I think we resolve higher. So I want to pull up Google as well. All right, we're going to throw Google in the social media stocks. Google's already pushing up at the high if you look at the monthly, but let's go back to the 4-hour chart and look at it. What are you doing, Google? What are you doing? What are you doing just sitting right there? I'll tell you what it's doing. It's waiting for that to explode to a higher price. You can see what's happening to the Qs, right, over the last few days, just bearish, and all the stocks that I showed you is really holding on to. Look at all the selling. Look at that volume, right? So if we go back to Google, it's nowhere near of what we just looked at with the Qs. So that's Google. Here's Twitter. And here's Facebook. So that's my case. See, the relative strength in these stocks are much stronger than the market, but I'm about to contradict myself right here and right now, but in a future video. The next video is going to show a bear case for these same stocks that I just said are going higher. So please stay tuned for that video. But this video is showing you the reason why I believe they move higher. So thanks for watching. Tell me what you think about these stocks in the comments below. You can also hit me up on Dre Trades at Twitter, Dre Trades at Instagram, and right here, Dre Trades on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Dre Trades. Peace.